What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. It really does seem like a race of who can ruin their companies faster. Ubisoft doing an impressive job and probably pulling ahead with some of the recent developments, but there is BioWare here set to remind us of the loss that is Dragon Age the Veilguard, and we've got the game director coming out, Corinne Bush, the game director that I normally don't point this out and is certainly as hard-hitting as John F. Trent does on Fandom Pulse, but Corinne Bush is a biological man who does have either body or gender dysmorphia, and maybe even a skosh of autogonophilia. But either way, as a biological man, they do have a certain mindset and ideology. They are living as a female, and you could see that represented throughout the game. We got the trans scars, we got all the binary and non-binary and coming out to parents, and it just didn't go well for anyone. If you look at the current right now, it never got more than 90,000 people on Steam, and there's just under 9,000, which, I mean, congratulations. There should be millions playing, though, for the amount of money, time, and energy spent on this. And so in an interview, Corinne Bush here with Eurogamer was asked, how has the commercial response to the game been? Horrible, by the way. How has the commercial response to the game been? I've seen stories about sales and they seem mixed, inconclusive. The game seems to be doing okay, but struggling to keep pace with Inquisition before it. Has it been a success from your point of view? How do you measure that? And by all accounts, they have barely sold 2 million copies. And we just had out several game companies coming out and saying, oh no, you have to sell like in the millions. You have to well over 5 million units sold to even start to break even. So yeah. No, this lost money. So Bush replied, there are 3 axes we can measure this by. What the team was able to do and put together. Okay. That would be measured by how well the game sold, but okay. The pride that can be taken in that. Okay, that's not something quantifiable. Every game that is made, especially in the AAA space where you're talking hundreds of the developers' timelines, is a miracle. That they executed a quality. Internally, we consider that a success. So he said, how do you view success? And he basically said, we made something, it got made, and inside we're happy about it. Nothing to do with sales or how anyone has received it. Okay. Continued, we're very happy with the critical reception to the game. It's not common to have these challenging development cycles and have a team turn around and receive the critical reception that it did. In fact, in a lot of ways, that is the harder path to take. So yeah, we're quite proud of the critical reception. They're quite proud of this critical reception. This is fucking called cope, by the way. Unfortunately, on the sales side, that's not something we can really discuss, but of course, because it would be even further embarrassing and hard to cope out of. But of course, as we know with Inquisition, that was a long burn to get to those total sales numbers, which, let's pump the brakes here. Inquisition sales numbers were nothing to brag about, let alone what actually people thought of the game. Hashtag Dragon Age in name only probably looks way better now in hindsight compared to what they've released with the Veilguard. But so yeah, completely evaded that. We've also found out there's going to be no DLC for the game. DLCs for Dragon Age and BioWare and Mass Effect, they used to be bread and butter, and it's gone. Just like my sister's Staffordshire China, gone. And yet somehow, what happened? Why not? So they asked, Bush said the decision was ultimately made that we wanted to take the approach of making this the most complete, contained, start to finish story that could deliver some of those answers and present new mysteries. Press X to doubt. Press fucking X to doubt. Creative director John Epler shared a similar thought while comparing the game to Inquisition and its Trespasser DLC. Let's see. The difference in the Veilguard is that the story ends pretty conclusively. There is obviously a secret post-credit scene, but that's less of here's an immediate thing that you now need to be aware of, and more hint there's as to what the future will be. He added, a lesson that I've learned. Don't ever try to make a direct sequel to a game 10 years later because, oh my gosh, that is a challenge. Nah, it's pretty fucking easy unless you are inept, never play the original setting, don't understand the characters or lore or themes, and then try to add a bunch of modern day shit that makes it even further harder. So yeah, that's what the actual challenge is. Again, asking, is there a future for the series? And then secondly, if there is, what might it look like? You get the idea. They're going to go on and say that there is. I give less than a crap about Corinne Bush continuing their ideological crusade of ruining the lore. It's just a subversion. It really is just a subversion. I very rarely actually call things like gender identity propaganda. I think it's a little hyperbolic. But the shit in that game, it is 100% a propaganda piece, and they just infused as much of it into it as we could. Something I think we might be seeing with Avowed coming out, but that's just a hint. Either way, you're probably not going to top Tash. Ooh, giggity. You let me know what you think about all this. Do you believe that the reason that they're not getting DLC is because the game's just complete? We saw no way to do any extra missions or skins or anything earlier in the game, or is it like Spider-Man 2? Or is it like the other ones where it's just like, no, it's just not profitable, and so no one's going to buy this DLC? Either way, let me know what you think. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And well,
bye.